Hello and welcome to Nice and Blunt. I'm Adam Riancho. Today is Tuesday, April 7th, 3 p.m. Pacific. It's a very special day today. We have a special guest who is often imitated but never replicated, the one and only PPR Tyler joining the channel. Welcome, my friend. It's a pleasure to have you on. How are you today? And welcome aboard.
I'm great. Thanks for having me. I don't think I'm imitated. I think I do the imitations. Honestly, I feel like I do more imitating than I am imitated. But yeah, I like that. That's fair. I would love to see someone try and imitate me. It wouldn't be too hard. Just any frat boy stereotype. I feel like you'd hit it pretty nail on the head. So.
Well, they say imitation is the strongest form of flattery. And at least in my chat a few times, I know there's people that pop up in the chat. I don't know if they're just trying to grind your gears, but you clearly live in their head rent-free. And as far as I'm concerned, you're winning in that scenario. With a half PPR Tyler, micro PPR, they just wish. They're envious, man. But the one and only. I got to say, before we get going, if anyone watching has not subscribed to PPR Tyler, I have a lot of respect for this man right here joining the screen with me today. In regards to the best ball space and just your overall work ethic, man, you grind hard and it's an inspiration. I've taken this year a little more seriously in terms of like, I'm mostly, in the past, in the regular season is when I'm like grinding, but I want to be more, encapsulating the whole year and calendar. And you are definitely a channel I've looked to for inspiration, man. You have been a role model in this live streaming space for me, and you deserve more subscriptions. So if there's any way I can help you get more, I'm happy to do it. Pleasure to have you on the channel, man.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate it. I try. I'm a firm believer in you can control what you can control. I can control if I'm hitting that live button every day or not, and so we kind of go from there. So I'm using this stream also too. I don't know if I'm going live today on my channel, so I'm using this stream / the tower, which is later, for day, I think, 73. So just so you know, day 73 happened on Nice and Blunt's channel because I don't think I'm going to do 3 streams today, but it's okay.
That would be excessive. I don't know if I could do more than I did a 4-hour stream once, and that was pushing a little bit. But mad respect to you, man. All the power to you, and keep grinding. It's all gonna be coming back to you in rewards. I believe in your success, man.
Thank you.
And another little tidbit, I mentioned, I give you a little Minnesota story. Where is it in Minnesota do you live? Because I don't know if you know this. I spent a year living in Minneapolis in 2023.
Oh shit! I literally live like 5 minutes from downtown.
Okay, I had an apartment just south of downtown.
Just south. So were you in like so were you like
Soaring Park?
Soaring Park, yeah. I know where that is. Yeah. I know where Soaring Park is. Yeah. Okay, cool. Nice. That's awesome. Wait, did you like it?
I did, man. In all honesty, what I used that year for was kind of just to like grow up a little bit and like get out of LA after like COVID. Like working here in any capacity can be annoying as fuck. And like LA gets dry and stale. I grew up here. So there's a kind of like a rite of passage. Everyone that grows up in LA has to go east for some amount of time. And I went to college in Boston, but like I needed a time elsewhere. And I used astrology actually to pinpoint Minnesota in an odd way.
Nice.
But my sister's ex-husband was from Iowa. So I've like flown into Minneapolis and stayed there. And I was a little comfortable with it already. And then I got lucky as fuck. I got the warmest winter on like record.
Yeah. I remember, dude. People still talk about that winter, bro. It was actually so nice. I remember that winter. That was unbelievable. That winter. I know exactly what you're talking about.
But I feel like if I lived in another area, maybe I would have chosen to stay, but it didn't have family, obviously. And just like, I don't know if you know this, I try to work in Hollywood. So I have some reason to try to make things work in LA again. So I moved back. I had my car broken into twice. It was stolen once, and I had a lock on my steering wheel that they like shattered my windshield trying to pry off and just cut me loose the second time. And then like 2 blocks away from my house, there was this like little mini grocery store under like a building that I would go to every now and then, just like a convenience shop. And the clerk was like stabbed to death. And it was like, maybe.
Like I said, I know where Soaring Park is. I don't know if I live in Soaring Park. So I don't know.
It was fun for what it was, but I decided to move back, and maybe I'll go back to Minnesota one day. But
sounds like that winter was too warm. Honestly, that's what it sounds like. Winter was too warm.
Yeah, whoever Should have been cooped up, wasn't, unfortunately.
Yeah, tough.
But what part did you say you're in? What I'm gonna drip.
I'm in St. Louis Park. St. Louis
Okay.
Park. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm familiar with. I drove Uber a lot when I was over there.
Okay,
so
gotcha. Yeah. Do you have do you have a favorite place? Favorite restaurant, favorite bar, something like that in the area?
Favorite restaurant was Nightingale. Have you ever been to Nightingale on?
I don't think I have.
I believe it's on Nicolette.
Yeah, okay.
It's across from, like, there's an Aldi like right across the street from it. It's like an oyster bar. They got some really, really good dishes there. My sister's ex-husband used to like work in a restaurant as like a wine expert. So I found out about that restaurant through him, and I would highly recommend. Nice place.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's like probably 10 minutes from my apartment. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, it's a good spot. I would go to that movie theater off the river in like near the colleges quite often. Yeah. I'm forgetting the name, but sweet, man. Good to know. That's awesome. You're nearby from there. And then pivoting to another topic, you're like, a shit ton about rookies. I would defer to you in terms of more knowledge about rookies than I do. So I thought it'd be fun to give you like my highest exposure as a rookie, and just give me your honest take. If you think I fucked up, roast me. And if you think it's a good,
there's only a couple I don't like. So this is you're probably in the clear unless you get one. There's like I said, there's probably only 2 or 3 where I'm like, I would never do that. But let's hear it.
I'll skip past the ones that are like at like 5 to 8%. But highest exposure, Jeremy Bernard at 33%.
Nose ball. That's the best one you can have. Yes, we're off to a great start.
Omar Cooper Jr. 26%.
Great, because you probably have some around 18, 19, 20 when he was going there. So that's also awesome. Love it.
Absolutely. This one has fallen back since I heavy committed, but Emmett Johnson at 23.
Yeah. Emmett Johnson, same thing. I'm still at like 30 because I had like 50 before the combine, and now I don't draft him anymore. I did yesterday though. But yes, we're after. This is like my rookie exposure right now. We're out to a great start here.
And then it falls off a big amount. Drops down to Carnell Tate at 12.5.
Good.
Elijah Surratt at 12.
Okay.
Then we got Jadarian Price and Damon Claiborne at 11%.
I don't like Damon Claiborne. That's the only one where I would say I don't know if I've drafted him once, maybe twice, maybe once. Okay. I'm not a Claiborne guy. He's fast. I don't think he's a good running back though. I think he's gonna be like I think he's gonna get like round 6 capital, but that's just me. But
if Singleton wasn't hurt, I feel like this player would have been Singleton. However, Claiborne just goes late enough where I'll mix him in if I feel desperate. And then only other players over 8 is Jordan Tyson at 9, Jeremiah Love at 9, and then Mike Washington also at 9%.
All good. Those are fine. You don't have Coleman on there, which is the one I was gonna, probably go crazy over. That's good. No Coleman is great. And then probably like, I don't think you want to be in the branch business. There's a couple Skylar Bell slappies out there. Those are kind of the guys I'm probably fading more than more so. That's a pretty great. It's pretty close to mine, so I'm not going to disagree with you really at all and say I'm going to say those are all good fucking picks. Those are great picks.
I've done obviously some research on my own, but in all honesty, my rookie opinions have mostly been framed through the lens of your streams and Whohame's.
Okay, got it. Yeah. I love
for the most part. So
that's why you have so much Omar Cooper, because him and I are both in on Omar Cooper.
Well, if you're in agreement on someone, then I'll definitely be like, yeah, this is probably the right safest direction to go in. So appreciate that, man. All of the names you mentioned to fade, I have it max like 3%, like Coleman 3%, Brazel 2%. I've never clicked Ty Simpson, and then I have like 4% Mendoza, and then random other, nothing too heavily invested. But all right, man, we'll talk Falcons over the course of the stream, but hopefully we can get to that. I also don't want to impact your later things on the schedule. So if you're ready, we can hop in to an Underdog draft. We're going to be hitting the big board hopefully twice today. Hopefully this first one goes quickly. I've been getting boxed out of the location so many times, so I should have this queued up at this point. It's kind of just become like,
I feel like everyone that does it on their computer gets the location thing. I've never once gotten the location error on my PC, which has been nice. So I'm blessed by that. It's maybe one time, but I don't know. It feels good. It's 96% filled this thing, man. We're gonna get a little board too, I think. It'll be the first time ever though. The little board 2 will probably fill before the little board. And because if I make it 3 entry, it'll be like a 50 entry max, and there'll be like 70K. And it'll fill in, probably 4 days.
They have to try to redeem themselves. They fucked up big time with the original little board. Yeah. But I'm hopping in 3, 2, 1. Come join if you want. We did not get the location error, so you're a good luck charm at the very least. Waiting on 3, and in the meantime, let's catch up with the chat. I was a bit slow, but first in here was Scott. As always, thank you very much. Jiri with an elite duo. Jiri's awesome. Give Jiri a follow as well. I know he's been on your channel. I've been on his. He's been here. He's awesome. Jamie here. Jamie's provided some music. I tried to bring it in with guests, but then I can't hear the microphone, so not today. But Hartman, what's up, man? He was on the channel yesterday. That was some fun drafts. We got A Sandy, one of your admirers. Yiggity yo.
That's got to be a tower stream. There's no way I made that face on my stream. That's gotta be a tower stream. What up,
PPR Tyler is indeed fire. Guy's a fraud. I'm the real I mean, no, this is the poser. This is the imitation right here. But gear grinding with best ball on call. Thank you, Anthony. And then we got Pepper Tony in here, Young Moolah as well. Mr. Mufasa, how you doing? FK Coolers as well. Says no pressure, Tyler. Just rank the top 20 rookies in order with your reputation on the line.
I love that. That's great.
It's got to be some level of pressure cooker, right? There has to be some level.
I feel like the only thing I was thinking about this, I was like, I wonder if you could pull up like the 32 prospects that haven't been drafted yet. Tell me their name and see if I knew where they went to school. I feel like that would be putting my reputation on the line, something like that. But because I wonder if I could do that, like all positions, not even just offense. I wonder if I could get all of them. Because
I have confidence in you. I'm sure you do much better than I am. We're on the clock. Who do you want here at 4?
Let's go Puka.
Let's do it.
I was listening to Schrager today, and he's like kind of the Rams insider because him and McVay are, they probably vacation together and their kids are, whatever. But he was talking about today, like he's like, I was really mad when I saw everyone, kind of take this Puka thing, rehab thing, out of proportion, because he was like, it sounded like it was more of like it was the Rams didn't tell me he had to go. It was more just like, hey, I just wanted to kind of, get right before everything starts. Kind of more like it kind of seemed like it was more of like a maintenance thing more than like he's in like deep shit thing. He didn't even get in trouble. You just a couple side things that, I don't know. We don't have to get into that, but like, I don't know. It didn't seem like he didn't do anything crazy. I don't think so. I think he's a great pick here. If you got any of him at like the 6 or that's 7 pick, then you were probably feeling really good about that for like, that one weekend he was falling a little bit. So I think he's still, without a doubt, he's kind of been my 4. I've been this order: Bijan, Gibbs, Chase, Puka. So I think he's good at 4. Also, have Genty going at 6 right there. Look at that. Someone got JT at 7. Love it.
Ladies first. That's Sandra, who's drafted with me a few times. We got Losimo also in the chat. We got A Sandy as well. We got Nick Bach, who's here in the chat. He's drafted
as well. Cromwellington at the 9. Green Beans in at the 1.
Yeah, we got quite a few names I can recognize here. So very very tight draft, if I had to assume. But of all the names to pull up, I'm fine mixing in a random Genty or Hampton in the middle of round 1 and just getting like a unique, couple of second rounders in a unique spot. I don't hate it, but it's definitely different.
Yeah, 100%. I 100% agree. James,
in regards to Puka, real fast, the timing of going to rehab at any time of the year, to do it in March, you can't overreact to it too much. It's not like he's checking in April 15th or something. August 15th.
Yeah, he's fine. He's just letting loose a little bit. He went a little too hard, nothing to see here. What, guys can't have good time in LA anymore? What happened in this country? You would know about that. You're out there in LA.
It's an easy thing to fall into. I'll put it that way.
Oh my God, Love here would be electric. He doesn't fall over here anymore. He used to a ton. Right when the content. All right.
He does not.
I'm London personally. I'm fine with McBride if you want to play that game too. It's actually kind of rare, the McBride Puka thing, a little division thing as well, but I'm fine with going London.
I don't have much of either. So He's a Falcon of yours. You said him first. I'm gonna go London.
London. Let's go London, man.
Let's
Did
do
you
it.
see today it was freaking Mina Kimes, and I'm not a big Mina Kimes guy, but she was defending Drake London, so I will be with her on this occasion. But she was talking about, she was basically got like like a Twitter argument with like literally randos, and she was arguing like a B+ wide receiver is worth more than an A plus running back. They were talking about like Love and Tate and that whole fucking deal. And one of the guys go, who would you rather have, Jahmyr Gibbs or Drake London on your NFL football team? If you say Drake London, you're an idiot. And I was like, shit, I think I'd rather have Drake London, man. Plus, too, they like to say that Drake London's a B+ player. That feels pretty disrespectful to what Drake London does. He's like 4th in receiving yards last year, and he missed some time with that knee injury, too. Like, man, these haters don't know what the hell Drake London's all about.
Bowers came back.
I think it's Bowers. I think it's obviously Bowers then now. Here we go.
Let's do it.
Let's do that.
I know you're not a fan of the 0 RB structure, but I mean,
I'm not. When it falls in your lap, though, like you just kind of have to do it. You know, it's like you can't. Like it's funny because it's normally I feel like on the right side of the board, the end of the board is when it's like normally I feel like years past it's like, all right, you really like. I remember like a couple of years ago, it was like if you didn't get any of these receivers, like you were done. You were not going to get anybody you liked. And now on this side, it's like it gets a little weird where it's like, all right, do you want to draft? You know, do you want to reach for a Brees or a Kyron, which like some guys I'm not really in on, like totally in on anyways, or you just want to take what the board gives you? Like most of the time, I'm not going to go out and build something like, you know, I'm not going into every draft being like, okay, I need to make sure I build, you know, double hero RB, whatever. I just kind of let the room come to me. Like, yeah, I tend to, if I have an option, I'll usually tend to lean toward you know, more running backs than not, but like on this side of the board, you get Puka, London, Bowers. Like, we're not going to pass on Bowers just to go grab Brees Hall for no reason. You know what I mean? Like, just take what the board gives you and go from there.
I think where we're at, we were given really no choice. Like the massive run before us, it is what it is.
Yeah.
One pick too late. And then again, like I don't feel super confident. If I was going to pull somebody up, it would be Kyron, but I don't think I would rather have Kyron over Bowers. Even maybe Olave and AJ Brown. It's just what happened. So,
yeah.
How do you feel about Team One pulling up Rashee Rice? I've done it just to get unique. It's like a different combination. He wasn't really going on this side that often, but that's
where he just fucking goes now. That's where he goes now because I was watching Davis Maddock yesterday, and I mean, granted, he's the ultimate Chiefs fan. He went like 1-2 turn Rashee Rice and had, you know, didn't even bat an eye. He said, just fuck it, I'm taking him here. So. Which is probably where he should be going, like around, maybe not that area. I think he's 2-3 turns where he'll settle in BBM, maybe mid-second. I don't think he gets to like the neighbors tier though. I think that would be, you know, an uphill battle for him.
I think
now
once you get go ahead.
I was gonna say now we're looking at it's either Travion or which receiver do we want, or are we pulling up Quinshawn? Like that's the thing.
I'm definitely not pulling up Quinshawn for Travion, who does get sniped. Yeah, Backlund's not going to let us have anything.
What receiver do you want?
In my gut, I'm probably JMO here, but Luther Burton's fine. Terry's fine.
I'm just saying anybody but Evans and Adams here in this tier. I'll click them a couple times. I'll see them fall. I'm not huge on those guys.
I'll take JMO. I think I prefer JMO over Burton.
Yeah.
But this is a tough spot in the draft where like I really wanted Travion there, not going to lie. So kind of upsetting we didn't get him. I know Backlund believes that AJ Brown will go to New England, so he might be setting up like a Drake May combo or something. But this is a tough spot where I don't really like any of the running backs in the next round except for one, and he often falls to the 6. So it's just kind of gross. Are you willing to commit to a 0 RB here? Or how comfortable are you willing to get?
That's the thing. It's like if you go no RBs through 4, you might as well just fucking commit to it. Where it's like it depends on what receivers there, I think, or like, you know, if you usually can get like Lamar in this tier. But yeah, I don't know who's on the board right now. Let's look at the pool here.
There's the massive runner receiver. Obviously, Lamar is maybe there in the 5th. Who knows? But then running back is Quinshawn, Tootin, Montgomery, and Scattaboo. I know what I would like, but especially this first draft of the stream, this is more so what you want.
I mean, if it was my team, I would go Judkins here, but I'm a Judkins guy. But I do that all the time. You know, that's just another Tuesday for me.
I think if we're committing to zero RB, I want that elite quarterback. So I would lobby for Lamar, but I don't
Waddle
have.
fell. I'm not a huge Waddle. Like Waddle's fine. I think it's probably Lamar, especially if we're going to like true zero RB. I do like doing it where it's like now we have elite ones. We can literally like if we want to, we can go like 10 running backs on this thing, and like if we absolutely needed to, we could go 10 RBs because we have we could go two. I mean, hypothetically, we could go two QBs, two tight ends, and then we could go what? That'd be like 10 6 2 2 or 2 2 10 6 2. That'd be such a crazy fucking build.
I don't think I would go 10. I feel like 10's a little unnecessary.
No, I would go 10 only to say I went 10.
Yeah. I'm fine with 8 for sure. Yeah. But obviously, if there's good values that somehow fall to us, I still think you can piece it together. I still think these next few rounds, there are some names that I'm comfortable with. And if we're going to go zero RB, it needs to be in this regard where we get the elite tight end, the elite quarterback, and we're not fretting about those points. But we have Off the Schneiden here saying, "What's up, homies? Shocked we got Bowers where we did and did want me to bully you into zero RB." So at least he's happy. At least Cody's happy.
We also had zero RB by Ian Harditz last week too. So I'm betting he's getting bullied left and right into zero RB lately.
You got to mix it in at least. You can't exit all of your entries without some teams like this. So it's fine.
100%, I agree.
But it's not my desired outcome. I would have liked at least Travion there at one of those 4 picks, but I wasn't going to pull up a running back over Puka at 4. We missed out at 21, and then we also kind of missed out at 28. But Bowers and Lamar feels excellent.
Yeah, it's fun.
Shout out Who Hames real quick. He figured out why I got the location error at the time. In one of the Windows update, it turned off my location sharing the main settings. I have a feeling it's my ad blocker. That's my guess.
Could be it.
But I don't know. Who knows? Anyways, we just saw Chuba at 62. I would never click him there. What do you think about this little run at running back that just happened?
I like Chuba as much as the next guy. I would never take him over like, some of those other guys over there though. I'm with you on that.
In that range, I like Swift the most. I think he's one of the safest. I think Montgomery's fine in that range as well. And then Judkins, I'm coming around to. Tootin's okay. Scadaboo, I'm willing to let fall into the 6th.
Yeah, oh my God, we got fucking nobody here. That Chuba pick actually kind of sucks because now we literally have nobody. It's literally, I mean, we kind of just have to go Ramondre here. I don't think we have a choice. Let's want to go Lemon.
What you want?
It's Lemon or Ramondre, or it's one of those two.
I'd be willing to go Lemon. And
go Lemon. If we're pushing it, we're pushing it. Go Lemon. We'll go. Like I said, this is where you. I mean, you're asking for the 2-10-6-2 right now. You're asking for it. This is
you're speaking it into existence, man. But Ramondre does not excite me. Last year I was full fading Ramondre. It screwed me. But Travion, I'm a believer in Travion. So if we're gonna get Ramondre, I need to at least get him in the 7th or at a falling discount.
That's fair. I think I agree with you.
But I do think we should get back in. I'm fine with any of these 4, but personally, I like Rico. However, whatever you want.
Ramondre does. Okay. I'm Algier here.
We will take Algier then.
I just think this. If the offense is just good, like these offenses come out of nowhere every year. He's got a pretty good hold on the lead role where it's like it's Connor and then it's fucking Benson, who's should be out of the league in probably 2 years. It's just not a lot of competition there. Like I feel like Connor might get more like the pass catching stuff. I mean, they wanted to cut him, but they're like, oh, I guess if you'll come back for zero money, then yeah, you can stay here. You probably live in Arizona. You probably think it's a nice place. Well, you can hang around, but like Algier, like look at how many running backs waited to kind of sign. Like Algier felt like he hit a market right away. He signed like the first 2 hours that he was allowed to, or like maybe like the day after or something like that. Like he went right away in that free agency cycle. So I don't know. I think Algier, like if we're looking for upside at this point, I just feel like he has the more upside than like a Dowdle or maybe like a Warren. Like he has like the lead role to himself. If this offense is any good, he could have 12 touchdowns and like it's a great pick in the 7th. So
I also typically like running backs who have a older backup that especially is like more inclined to get injured. Like if there's someone I can feel pretty confident is not playing all 17 games, it's probably James Conner.
100%.
And we've seen Algier, especially his rookie season before they brought in Bijan. If he does get the alpha role, he can turn 20 touches into a top 15 weekly finish. He does have that potential. I do just worry about it's just Arizona. It's just like,
I agree. Yeah, I'm definitely with you on that for sure. But like I said, there's teams every year that kind of surprise you. Like we thought the culture to be so fucking bad last year. They're kind of one of the teams you had to have, at least like for like regular season wise, before Danny Dimes got hurt. But I don't know. So I'm like fine, especially like the big board. Like I said, upside. Like if the offense is good, I think Algier's a great pick in the 7th. We just think they're going to be ass.
Right. I think he's talented enough where, given the opportunity, he can absolutely just get it done. I think from a floor standpoint and just like lock it in, this guy's staying on the field and giving you most of the goal line touches and most of the heavy lifting in that offense. Algier does fit the billing. So I'm fine with him here. We had to pull up someone. I'm optimistic. I'm not going to jinx it, but I'm optimistic somebody's still there with our next pick. But Bocklage pulls no punches. I think Bocklage is going to be mean with this click here.
Yeah, we got some guys here. We have
options. Do you feel the need to force a second quarterback early or not? I mean, Dowdle's still here.
That's your guy. Let's go, Rico. No, I don't feel the need. We got Lamar. Lamar and Allen, I feel like probably the only two guys I'm fine going to with. I usually still like to go 3, even if I have one of those two. But I mean, let's just push it until it doesn't make sense to push it anymore. Like especially like we have, we can go Stafford now if we want to stack, I guess. But like we also have a Penix and Tua out with London. We got some Pittsburgh stuff with Rodgers if we want to do the Dowdle thing. So kind of just comes down to and we have Las Vegas out. We have so many outs at QB to stack, so it's like we might as well just push it.
We're in a good spot. What direction are you leaning with this next pick, given our situation? Because we already have Bowers. Pitts is on the thumbnail, so do you want that second really good tight end or?
You like Corum?
He's okay. I'm not in love with Corum, but I think he's fine. He's one of the most expensive backups, though, which is not the most exciting thing. But we just saw Kenny Gainwell go off.
Yeah. Like when I'm building these teams and I'm looking for upside, like Price has more upside than any other guy on the board. So like sometimes I'll pull him up just because like if he goes to the right spot and he could be totally be a lead back. Like, I think he's Nick Chubb personally. So I like the Price thing. I think he's really, really good. I think people are gonna, really realize how good he is. He kind of like my comp for him is Nick Chubb, another like a second round guy who played with a stud in college with Sony Michel, who went round 1. Like it's kind of like some of the same similarity stuff. Like I think Price has a better feel for running the ball than Love does. Love's kind of like the holes there, I'm gonna hit it. He's got good feel. It's not to say he has bad vision because he doesn't. I love Jeremiah Love, but like Price feels like more of a pure runner. It's just the pass catching is really not there. But he doesn't have the same speed as Love, but like he's just built. He's bigger. He's built a little bit different. Their weight might say they're the same, but they don't play the same. Like Price more of that, but he literally runs like Nick Chubb. So like I just can't watch him and not see Nick Chubb. So I think Price. I think the team's really gonna fall in love with him. Schrager, who had him in his mock today, which is purely based off what he hears, not what he thinks. He had Price going to 32 to Seattle. So whether that's 32 to Seattle or the last pick in the second round of Seattle, if he goes to Seattle, like we're cooking with gas with Price. People are gonna, that's gonna be like one of the biggest. It'd be like a RJ Harvey rise for him. So
he, I think, is definitively the RB2 in the class, and like because of who he played with, I'm willing to kind of write off his like lack of pass catching in college. Is like I don't think he's incapable of doing it. I just don't think he was the best man on the field for that role. And he played his other role very well. And it was just the nature of the system. But yeah, I'm most optimistic about Seattle. Like that's really the last kind of like missing domino on the board that is yet to fall. Like who is the Seahawks running back? And it just seems like the writing's on the wall. It's going to be a rookie. So if they're willing to pull the trigger at 32, I would love that. I really would, but at times it does feel like drafting a running back at the tail end of round 1 just to force it has not paid off historically. Like there are some big bust selections when teams do that. Like Sony Michel comes to mind. But whenever they let someone fall into the second, it's like, why the hell did you let Breece Hall go pick 4 in the second round? Like, what a big mistake that was by everyone. So I'm hopeful. I would love that. And it's possible we get Pollard coming back, but I don't take Pollard too much.
Neither do I. But if Jeremiah Love's not a Titan, he's not a Titan, then things are. I think we just go Pollard. The upside alone, because all we have to do is like just, God damn it, Love's not a Titan. This team is not bad anymore. The running back room's not bad.
I also think he's gonna go and play somewhere and contribute. Like he's not just gonna not be on some team. Like he will be moved. He will be shipped 100%. Out.
He's so easily moved to his contract. It makes it really. They save money if they move him. You know, like, and they save like $7 million. Like they save quite a bit if they move him. So 100%, I'm in agreement with you there. Where like he could kind of hit like. Kind of just be like the Swift when he got traded to the Eagles, where it's like, you know, but no one saw, you know, the Lions drafting Gibbs, but it's like he got moved and he had like one of the best years of his career, the best year of his career, actually, I think.
I wonder if Dable feels the like need to lobby for a running back drafted that high, like Saquon was, you know, like I'm curious if he's gonna have the experience in the room to be like, I don't think this is worth it, and you should listen to me, or the opposite. And if they actually care, but he's not their coach. So that's where I think they could just take best defensive player available as well. Where do you think Lemon goes? We took Lemon in this one. Where do you think he's after this pick? We're on the clock.
I think he's a Ram. It's probably just Worthy here, right?
At 124, I think so.
Yeah. I'm not even a big Worthy guy. Schrager did have who was it? Jordan Tyson at 9 to the Chiefs, which is kind of that was like the craziest one. So I wonder what he's hearing on that, because that's pretty fucking nuts. But yeah, no, Worthy's good pick there. Even if he's, you know, wide receiver 3, probably not as good, but he's still live to score, you know, a long touchdown. Or just get back to that rookie year, you know, usage gadget stuff. You know, he's kind of like just supercharged Kadarius Toney in that role after, you know, Kadarius Toney became a rapper. But he's a fine pick. I'll take him when he falls. I'm not in love with him. I don't think he's, you know, these fast guys, man. Everyone falls in love with their speed, but and like Worthy he did run routes at Texas. It wasn't like he was winning on speed alone, but I don't know. It just does not bode well for those, you know, the guys who, you know, the receivers specifically who, you know, like blaze in the 40, because it just hasn't not a good track record with those guys.
His upside is through the roof. Like to pretend like he can't give you like a random 30-pointer would be naive. Yeah. But I think like the problem with him was just showcased week 1 last year when Kelsey ran into him and you know, dislocated his shoulder. I think that's a big reason why he was just never back on. He's kind of flimsy. You know, he's just not, he doesn't have the frame to handle some collision like that. Yeah. And I do think we kind of overrate some of the speed aspects. Like he only ran the 40 and then just refused to run any other drill at the combine. Is like, I've done my work here and now I'm doing round 1. So fuck off. But like, is he the best route runner possible? I'm not sold on that.
Yeah. My work here is done. I'm done. I'm out of here.
Peace. He did really dominate as a freshman though. I will say when I like evaluate rookies coming into the league and I pull up all their stats, if they had a super dominant year as a freshman, I'm like, okay, maybe this guy does deserve a little extra credit, because it's tough to do that at age 18 compared to you know, some 21-year-olds that might be covering you.
Yeah.
But for at that price, I'm all if Worthy always gets drafted at this price, I would take him all the fucking time.
100%, but he doesn't. That's why I have like 5. All right. It's never Coleman, so it's not Coleman. A little stack would be Ward. We have the stacks later though. I don't think we need to go QB here just yet.
I don't think so.
I'm JCM or Jennings, one of the two.
I think I'd rather go with a running back. So structurally, I think I'll side with JCM.
All right, cool.
I think our receiver room doesn't need the help as much as just depth keeps our running back room in check. Brooks goes. Do you ever click Brooks, or are you full fading Brooks? Basically,
I don't click Brooks, and I probably I should probably have like 4%. I have like 2. Man, I get the profile, but like every running back from that class just fucking sucked, except for Bucky. That's the only one who like kind of made it out, because all those early guys like Corum, fine, whatever. But like the three day 2 guys in that class were Benson, Corum, and Brooks. And Brooks was like the consensus RB1 pretty much. But like that, speaking of a guy like didn't do anything in college, that guy did nothing in college. He had 1 year, he was good. Then he tore his ACL, then he tore his other ACL or Achilles, or wherever it was. Like, I don't know. I'm just like, we're yeah, you got good draft capital, but we're basing a lot off of one who had from a guy who had 1 good half of year in college. You know,
right?
So I don't know. Scared.
We are about to be on the clock. I don't want to say it. Just give this guy some ideas. I'll wait for the delay. Okay, if Darnold is there, I think we need to take Darnold because Mendoza was sniped.
Okay, yeah, I'm fine with that.
It's a really good, almost 20 picks.
It's a great price. Let's go Darnold.
I'm happy with that.
JCM,
especially we're making the bet that Price is a Seahawk, so we are getting a little stack correlation.
Does Nick have JSN here?
He does. He does.
Fucking Nick.
he took your boy Coleman over Darnold.
See, that's that shit that I'm talking about, bro. Where it's like you think you can push Darnold around on us? That we're not going to let that slide. You think I'm going to give you 20 picks after correlated Darnold? You got another thing coming, brother. Don't try and push these QBs in my room.
I'm liking our team, man. We got the elite Bowers at a great price. We got the Puka, London, JMO trio up top. The swing with Lemon and Worthy, and then our quarterback room. I think Darnold, especially falling 20 picks, is like one of the steals in terms of like the tier breaks at quarterback. Like I think he's in the same group as Tyler Shuck and Jordan Love, without a question. So for us to pass twice and still get him, phenomenal value in my opinion.
Okay.
In regards to Brooks real fast, I think I'm at like 14% Brooks now. Like I think that Panthers backfield is valuable, and I can't get sold on the Chuba Hubbard argument, but like obviously Brooks is gross. I'm on some teams I'm just drafting both. I'm like I think it's a fair bet. Canales' running back usually has value, and I don't think they'd feel confident enough to leave Rico just to walk if they didn't have some level of hope with Brooks. But maybe Trevor Etienne is also worth mixing in. I took him once the other day on the stream, actually.
Yeah, I took him once as well. I don't hate Etienne. Drafted pretty high. He was drafted in that same cluster of Tootin, Scatabo, like he was like right after like those guys, a couple picks. So
he's worth a shot, 100%. We're coming back on the clock. I like this range for tight end. If Henry or Okonkwo's there, I'd be fine with that. But we already have Bauer, so it's not the end of the world if you disagree. Running back starting to get really gross, but we are on the clock.
Jesus. Voice crack. Judy's fine. I don't hate Naylor. If we wanted to go RB, I like Marks. I don't think he's awful. Especially as like RB6 on this team. Up to you though. I'm in for whatever.
I think I'm gonna go Judy.
All right, that's fine. That's fine.
I think so.
Another QB we can stack. Another QB we can get late if we want to just go a third. Like, let's just go 2 tight ends. Maybe we get like if we get Chig or Hawk here, maybe we just go 2 tight ends, and then
we could also go AJ Barner for a little stack action.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, Barner too. Yeah. God, I forgot he goes down here now.
Yeah, he's hard to fully gauge because I liked Arroyo last year. I really did.
Yeah,
but Barner excelled even when Arroyo was healthy. So I'm not convinced that Arroyo has really any role at all.
Yeah. I played high school football with a current tight end for the Seahawks.
Oh, which one?
Yeah. His name's Nick Callerup. He's a rookie this year. He's like he made the team as an undrafted free agent this last year. So a rookie.
Dope.
He's dope. Yeah.
Shout out Nick.
Yeah.
Are you leaning Barner here? I also pull up Christian Kirk in this range. I like Bigsby a lot. Brian Robinson, I take a ton, but
yeah, let's go Barner. I like B-Rob though too. Shit.
I think we could push tight end, honestly. Like
Yeah,
the stack is
There's a couple guys here. Even if we end up with like Frymuth, that's fine. I think Frymuth's like my favorite late tight end ever. I think he's great.
The whole reason for taking Bowers where we did is we don't need to force any tight end selection the rest of the way. It's only at a value are we really like excited to do it. Yeah. I'm all in on Brian Robinson, which brings me to a topic I wanted to address briefly. Here, I'll pull this up and share this tab with you.
Oh yeah.
This is my Falcons exposure. I got 19% B-Rob. That's about to be 20%. I have 7.5 Tua, 7.5 Bijan. And then now I'm 6% London. Thank you for bumping that up. I feel like I'm low. And then I'm fading Penix a little bit, especially now that Tua's there. I'm super low on Pitts.
The Pitts one hurts me. That one hurts me.
It's because Laporta's right next to him and a little cheaper. That's the only reason. But then I've only taken Jahan twice.
I'd be shocked if Pitts doesn't outscore Laporta this year. Absolutely shocked.
Really?
I think Pitts. It's just you want to have the Stefanski tight end. He's proven that time and time again. Different guys, different play styles. You want to have this motherfucker. Whoever the tight end is for the Stefanski team, you want to have him. Now you got this 4th overall pick. Granted, he is not playing like it, but he's still like pretty good. I mean, you got franchise sale. It's not like he's ass. Like he's probably a top 8 tight end in the league. Like he's pretty good talent wise. I don't know, man. I normally I had been last year. I was drafting Pitts. I said I have to have 10% because I'm a fan, but I would not advise you to do this. Turns out ended up being right either way. But if I was wrong, I would have been like, I told you not to do this. What I'm doing, do as I say, not as I do. But this year I genuinely think he's a good pick. Like I think kind of for all the reasons I laid out, there's not a lot of target competition. Get these quick, accurate QBs. QBs like 2 QBs who are at least good enough to like get in the ball. I think it's Kyle Pitts' season once again. He could have a career year this year, contract year. Franchise tag. Already signed it. No drama with that. He's locked and ready to go. Kyle Pitts to the moon, baby.
The Stefanski argument is very compelling. The Stefanski, I think, lifts everyone's stock, but we are on the clock. I don't have a preference here. Whatever you want.
I think we just go Stowers or Taylor. One of the two. I like Taylor.
I don't like the Jets, so I'll take Stowers over Taylor.
I mean, I saw something today on Twitter. I think it was just kind of like people are bored. They're like, oh, like people might draft Stowers as a receiver. Like, sure, but like. Then some people took it a step further, and they're like, "Oh, they're going to change his eligibility, like on fantasy platforms." Like, hey, if they do that, I don't care until after BBM. So maybe if they do it, it's actually kind of sick that you have tight end eligibility. Stowers. What was it? The FFPC a couple of years ago did that whole fucking thing with Taysom Hill where they changed his
mid-year
position eligibility mid fucking contest, which is a crazy move. And then Liam got in that fucking fight with the CEO of the company. That was some of the best ball drama that never gets talked about. That was peak cinema.
Well, that's pretty crazy to justify.
Yeah.
But we're back on the clock. Do you want to get back in at running back or just take like Jeremy or someone?
I want to get back in on Jeremy Bernard here is what I think I want to do personally. Or maybe it's Kamara. Is it a Kamara?
I don't know if it's Kamara.
All right, go Jeremy then.
Yesterday I took Kamara at 217. So
yeah, that's fair.
I'm willing to push Kamara. Jeremy in round 17, I think is appropriate. Odds
so
are.
What are we doing on this build then? Is this a 3-8-7-2?
I think we're stopping at 2 QBs. I think Lamar and Darnold can get it done.
Okay, so is this 2-9-7-2?
We have 3 picks left.
Yeah. Where do we want? Do we need another tight end? Do we want another receiver?
100%. We should take one more running back. 100%.
100%.
I think we could arguably take a second running back if we wanted, but it might be overkill. I think we can afford an 8th receiver. And then I think that round 20 click is either one of these 3 clicks is either an extra tight end or that 8th running back.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't even hate, like I'm saying, if we want to go 3 QBs, just draft I'm telling you, like Deshaun might be the starter. You got Kirko, who might help out a little bit. Shadur. I don't know. There's some guys that stack. I'm just throwing it out. Penix, you don't have a ton, but he could just be
That's
like the week 17 starter. There's some guys we can tack on. I think a quarterback here, like round 20, if we're looking at round 20 specifically, a round 20 QB, in my opinion, helps out like any team more than the round 20 RBs or tight end. Those clicks are disgusting. I don't even know what to do with those guys. But like another quarterback, week 17, raises our floor and our ceiling, especially like a guy. I don't know. It just feels like I usually like clicking quarterback in round 20 over those two positions. Receiver, I could go any direction, but those two specifically, the round 20 running backs and tight ends are atrocious.
That's fair. I would have loved Torrey Horton to come back. That way we could just lock it in.
Yeah.
No more receivers. We got a stack option, but he goes to DC boy. That's fine. I agree with you on the value of round 20 quarterback, but for me, it used to be like Rodgers, who I was just hammering in round 19, 20 all the time. And now I don't get him anymore. And if I just try to get one quarterback after the 190s, and they're just never available anymore. But I wouldn't hate Cousins on this team in round 20. I wouldn't hate that.
Okay. It's a RB here. I'm not a big Braylon guy, but RB7 is not awful because these other guys are genuinely awful.
I think with Lamar, I'm fine with it.
I only have taken him once, so I'm actually not opposed.
I'd be willing to do it. I also mix in DJ Giddens occasionally. There's not that many handcuffs. I'm excited this late. Do you ever click Jaden Blue?
I don't click Jaden Blue. I kind of liked him too coming out, but
I'd be more excited about Justice Hill in this.
Let's go Hill. Let's go Hill.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Now the missile's gone. Hill might be something again.
I think he's got the opportunity. It's just a question of, is he actually healthy? And I don't see them drafting anyone to really compete with him and Derrick Henry. So I think he's in the clear where he's going to be relevant. Just a question of, does Henry let him on the field?
Yes.
Tight end is now officially gross. Do you ever take Tonjes or Gesicki?
I take both those guys normally. I'll take some shares. So if we want to get Seattle on here, could go your guy Arroyo if you really want to shoot for some upside.
I don't know if he's my guy, but
used to be your guy, former guy.
I wouldn't hate it. If I was going to do it, it's got to be around 20 though.
Yeah, 100%. I think we click. Fuck, I don't know who we click. Should we have receivers again? I feel like we're fine with 7. I don't know.
Oh, our receivers: Puka, London, JMO, Mekhi Lemon, Worthy, Judy, and
That's
Bernard.
Pretty good 7. I'm trying to figure out this team needs 8 RBs or not, but I don't know who the 8th RB is. Where I'm like, sick, we got that fucking guy.
We could go Holani, I suppose, but I'm not
a Holani boy. I am not a Holani boy.
How do you feel about Antonio Williams or
I love Hurst. I love Ted Hurst.
Okay, we could go Ted Hurst.
Go Hurst. That's fine.
Holani
boys are down.
At the moment, this would give me 5% Ted Hurst. I'm good with that.
Okay. Yeah. Arrow pointing down for the Holani boys.
He, I think, is not going to be contributing very much at all. I'd much rather go Emmanuel Wilson at like a decent rate than really any shares of Holani.
Holani will be in the RB3 on Seattle. That is a promise.
Yeah. And then do you ever take Charbonnet?
No, I don't. I have a couple of times if you felt like absurdly far.
Right.
But I just don't want to get into business, especially of late ACL tear. That just does not sound like something I want to do. Even when he comes back, like what, he's going to come back and like, all right, here's 20 carries. Like, that's not going to fucking happen. You know what I mean? I just don't think there's a world where that even comes close to happening. Like, yeah, maybe he falls in the end zone once or twice, but then he's like fucking Tajay Spears, who actually probably has more ACLs than Tajay Spears. Now that I'm saying that out loud, but whatever.
pretty unlikely he contributes before Thanksgiving, but that's where I'm like, he's a solid luxury pick. Like if you go kind of fragile at running back and up top, let's say you got like really solid top 4 running backs and only add on Charbonnet, there's an argument that like that's a legit strategy, because if he does contribute, if he is actually like healthy in December, that's when all the money's made. If he's their guy, why not? You'd want him on your roster more likely than not in like your flex spot if you're in redraft, if that's the case. But it's a big if.
Yeah.
It's a big if.
Yeah. All right, who are we thinking with this click here? What position are we thinking with this click here? If Penix is there, you might just have to click around 20 Penix.
I think so. I have 0% Ty Simpson, so
I do not have any Ty. I love Ty Simpson, but I don't think he's going to play this year.
Me neither. He's
not going to play this year.
But I would agree if Penix is there, if we don't get sniped here, I think Penix is a good fine decision.
Oh, Nick, don't do it.
Because that's a topic I was also thinking about bringing up with you about Atlanta. Kind of forgot, but if Penix is here, this would be perfect. You want to just go Penix?
Yeah, let's do it.
What do you make of Tua versus Penix?
I feel pretty firmly on the fact that it's going to be Tua to start the year. They don't want to rush Penix back from an injury. Let him learn the system a little bit. He's still a younger QB. Like, I think they feel like they probably have a win now, a closer to a win now team than a true rebuilding team. There's a lot of good pieces on the Falcons.
Right.
I think it's Tua's thing. He's on a 1-year deal. Let's see what he's got. He fits the offense pretty well. He's a accuracy, get the ball out now type pass. It's kind of stuff Stefanski runs. So I think Tua gets the first shot at it. Now it's like, if Tua sucks, then Penix comes in, or if it's like, if they're losing games, Penix comes in, which are both completely. I mean, this is the fucking Falcons we're talking about here. They have made the playoffs since 2017, so I wouldn't be shocked if I totally think it's going to be Tua for like weeks 1 through 8, and then whatever the bye week is for the Falcons is going to be Penix. Like that, I think Penix is the week 17 starter for sure.
More likely, they can't give up on him. The owner just can't let that happen. So I would agree Penix will get some starts. I'm drafting more Tua personally. I showed you the exposures and stuff, but I don't feel great about either. But then I'm starting to come around that, like, if there's one guy you need at the end of the season, it's probably going to be Penix.
Yeah.
Because odds are the Falcons just choke again. Like, what drew you to the Falcons?
I was a huge Mike Vick fan. I couldn't get enough of that guy. That's
fair.
Loved Michael Vick, and then he went to prison, and then I was like, I'm gonna stick with this team. 1 year later, Matt Ryan was there, so I was like, all right, we're in on Matt Ryan now. Julio came after that, and then how could you not be a fan when it was Matt Ryan and Julio fucking doing their thing? So yeah, just kind of, and it's weird because like I'm not like that with any of their sports. Like I always liked other athletes, but for some reason the Falcons really, and it's not that they were unbelievable. Like they were always kind of good, but like they weren't out there like fucking kicking ass or anything. So I don't know.
Well, if your home team wasn't also cursed, then I probably wouldn't like understand. Like if you were like living in like, let's say, I guess I'll just throw Kansas City out there, just because of all the success. Like it would feel egregious for you to just randomly be a Falcons fan.
If I was a KC fan and then I was a Falcons fan, that'd be awful. All my friends just talking shit. Thankfully, none of my friends get to talk shit because the Vikings suck just as much. Or like they're worse though, where like they have good seasons and then they just lose immediately. Like
they can't deliver in the playoffs. They just can't.
0 playoff wins. Justin Jefferson 0 playoff wins. Crazy.
Only Stephon Diggs can give them a playoff win.
Exactly, and barely, just fucking barely.
By the skin of his teeth.
Yeah.
But I can't really talk. I'm a Charger fan, so from one cursed fan base to another.
Fair enough,
good luck this year, my friend. Hopefully, you can at least lose the division with a winning record.
Yeah, hopefully. We'll see. Yeah.
I think the Saints are sneaky in that division this year. I think the Saints could overtake even the Bucs.
Yeah, it's the Falcons to lose. It's the Falcons division to lose. I told myself that story.
Well, they lose it every year, basically.
Yep.
All right. So a reminder on our team. I don't think we have enough time to review other squads in this lobby. Maybe I'll come back after. But I know you're busy in just over an hour. So I want to make sure we get in the second draft and not waste any of your time. So let's review our team and then we'll hop into one more. We got the 4 slot. We got a 3-7-8-2, and we did push running back. We got Lamar Jackson, Sam Darnold, Michael Penix. That's the luxury of like the Lamar Jackson click. It's just like you're not going to feel behind if you have Lamar. So even though we don't have many stacks, I'm chilling with this quarterback room. Running back, we waited, but Algier and Rico, I'm glad we pushed Rico. I'm so glad we went with your Algier over Rico because we got him in the next round. Then Jadarian Price for that huge home run swing. I think it's great. We got Pollard at 117. Even if he doesn't avoid Love, I think the landing spot could be fine for him. With JCM, I don't take much JCM, honestly, but I should probably mix him in more now that he's at a cheaper price. Love the Brian Robinson. I'm at 20% now, so didn't have to convince me. And then we do have Justice Hill for a stack. I think our running back room is okay. It's not elite.
There's upside there. There's upside there. Weekly upside.
And we have enough bodies just to get it done. But our receiver room is the big advantage. We got Puka, London, JMO, so high spike week potential with Mekhi Lemon, Xavier Worthy, Judy, Jeremy Bernard, and Ted Hurst. I like our rookies a lot.
Yeah.
And then did I ask you this? Where do you think Lemon's going to go?
I think he's a Ram.
A Ram. That'd be fucking elite. Holy shit.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Why didn't you get me to draft Stafford then?
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. It's okay.
But then tight end, we have Bowers, so we're in phenomenal shape. And then we have Stowers. Is it Stowers or Stowers?
I think it's Stowers. I've been saying Stowers, but I'm pretty sure it's Stowers.
Where do you think he goes? Because I feel like he's a second round pick.
Somewhere, hopefully, that's gonna fucking use him right, and that's gonna, not gonna put him at Y tight end. Let this motherfucker cook in the slot, all right? Because he's him. So,
I think best case scenario for both Sadiq and Stowers is for them to go to the Bengals.
100%. That'd be great.
That's my premier landing spot. I think the Ravens are also actually a sneaky tight end team. Moving off of likely, they're not committed to Njoku.
Schrager had Sadiq to the Ravens today.
Okay, that's been on my radar for about a month plus. I felt like the Ravens or Bengals are like most likely where Sadiq might go. I also think the Patriots are a sneaky landing spot as well.
Too, yeah.
They let Hooper go back to the Falcons. So right now they only have him.
Hoop, baby.
I was worried that Stefanski would bring in Njoku, and that's why for a while I was like hesitant to draft Pitts. But with Hooper, there's no fucking way they'll bring in Njoku.
I should tell you everything you need to know about Njoku. Like, he's probably dirt cheap, and even his old head coach who made his career doesn't want him.
Well, he has so many injury risks, like even just burning off his face. Like,
yeah, dude. What the fuck?
All right, I'm back. Let me check something. All right. Appreciate everyone for watching us. If you haven't done so already, scroll down below, hit the description. You'll find the link to PPR Tyler's channel. Give him a subscription if you haven't already. And definitely check out some of his streams. He's grinding every day, whether it's on his channel, The Toxic Tower, or other people's streams like ours. The man is live every day, deserves your subscription. Give him a boost on that channel. And like the video, looks like we got 48 watching, 25 likes. We're on to draft number 2. If you're enjoying the content, do me a favor, hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you're enjoying, and really appreciate any support on the channel and also on Tyler's channel. But we're ready.
Are you doing anything fun for 10K subs? You're almost there.
I'm getting close. I think whether it's I don't think it's going to be a bigger board entry because that one's about to fill. But in the next, like contest, whatever $100 draft, because I don't do those on the live. I'll do one of those. I'll do one of the major buy-ins on the live stream. But I'm getting close. We'll get there soon. But hopping in 3, 2, 1, let's join. 4 more spots. We did not get the location error at all today.
They're gonna get in this shit. They're gonna get in here. I will say I want to hear you actually, one of your player takes single-handedly changed one of the ways that I looked at a particular player. I forgot who's. Sure, you were on someone else's stream. I think it was either like Bindles or BBG or who. It was somebody. I don't remember who it was. I wish I could.
Bindles was on my channel. If I'm guessing,
this was like a couple weeks ago. This was like 2-3 weeks ago.
If I'm guessing, you're talking about Tank Bigsby.
Tank Bigsby, yes, yeah. Tank Bigsby.
Yeah, I talked about him on Candyman stream, and I felt like I got in before everybody else seemed to really hype him up. Yeah, I'm super pro Tank Bigsby, but did it change your opinion on Bigsby or Saquon?
It changed my opinion on Bigsby, just drafting him. I'm not a huge Saquon guy. I'll have my shares, but I'm not going to do anything crazy. But yeah, I don't know. You kind of made me believe in Bigsby the player, where it's like he's not going to get fucking, booted at the first sign of trouble. Or like it feels like they always kind of have a different RB2 every year. But I don't know. I think they like Bigsby. He overtook Shipley. I think Shipley's firmly out of there. I think it's Bigsby season. I'm pretty with you on that now, honestly. Like as like a RB6, RB5 on a team, like I think Bigsby's great.
The contract season for him is what like fully sold me as like when he gets opportunity, he's going to deliver. And then this happened like 2 weeks ago. I don't know if you saw this. They gave him number 8. They gave him a single digit number. Like, that's huge.
I'm even more in now. I am actually more in now.
Like if anything, that just boosts his aura, at the very least. But 100%. We got pick 3. So I'm assuming we're going Jamar.
All right, let's go. Yeah, let's go Jamar. Yeah, Jamar for sure.
I think that's the move for sure. He's firmly my wide receiver 1, and he was even before the Puka rehab. This team goes JSN over Puka.
Yeah. We'll get in this draft.
I see taking dollars. I see Dane. Yeah. I think I've drafted with Dane. But
Ike Money is a name I recognize as well.
Yeah, Ike Money. We got
DC Boys in here again, so I'm guessing DC Boys in the chat.
Right, DC Boy definitely was in the last one too. But apologies, I kind of neglected the chat for a while. When you have a guest, you kind of got to lock in on the conversation.
That's the way it goes. The guy, chat's got to understand. Yeah, it's just another whole usually you're talking to the chat, but now you're talking to someone else and then trying to talk to the chat. It's like you're trying to entertain the masses. It's hard to do.
I want to make sure they're acknowledged, but if I at the detriment of the show, I can't focus on the chat too long. I've only started having guests like for the last month or so, and I got to say, being a host is tough. It's not. It's so much easier to be the guest.
Yeah. It depends who you have on too, honestly. Like I don't know. There's just like sometimes it's just like I don't know. You just don't you don't know the person too well, or like you don't mesh with them. Like especially when I have when I have someone on that's like way fucking bigger than me. Like, you know what I mean? Where you really catch a big fish. It's like, fuck. Like I'm never reading the chat on those streams. It's like, I've just got so many other things on my mind. So it's kind of one of those things. Like, even when I had Hardits on, I was stumbling over some words a little bit too. I don't know.
I'll be honest, man. I had some nerves ahead of this one. I consider.
Don't say that. Don't say that. I'm not that big.
You're selling yourself short, man. In the best ball live stream space, you are an icon. I will say that, man. I
I'm like if we're doing like a celebrity, like A-list celebrity, B-list, I'm probably like firmly in just best ball streamers. I've got to feel like I'm pretty firmly in like the C+ list of best ball streamer celebrities, I think. Well, like you got your Pete's, you got your Karanes, you got your Liams, as much as I hate saying that. You got your Davises, all those guys up there, but then you got like the I'm not even gonna say any names because I don't want to insult anybody, but there's another tier under that too. Like I don't know.
Well, like I said at the top, man, I consider you a role model in this space. I appreciate you coming on. Mad respect from me to you.
I appreciate you having me on.
Of course, man. We got Crossface begging for a little smoke break. So now that we're on to draft 2, I can maybe take a little bit of a breather. I'll give him one.
You're gonna hit that. You're like, fuck. I think we should draft someone bad. I don't know. Henry. Let's go, Henry.
Fuck yeah.
No more 0 RB. Fuck you, chat. This is not a 0 RB team.
We got in with people just wanting to make you sweat. I think all the people that were in our lobby last time were like, no, fuck Tyler. He's getting a 0 RB whether he wants it or not.
All right. Already this team is good. This team's good already. They're gonna get Henry Chase. I've gotten some Bijan Henry earlier in the big board, but not recently. Henry is kind of like a middle second guy now, it feels like.
He feels like one of the names I'm also happy to pull up just to get weird. Like I got a few Amon-Ra, Derrick Henry teams, and I'm loving those.
Yeah, that's fine. That plays for sure.
He was the guy you needed week 17. You know, he shows up in winter as well. Like when it matters most, he does not disappear. But I like Achane. I like Olave. I'm fine with AJ Brown. I don't like Jacobs though.
Let's go Itchin.
Travis getting in at running back before they kill us. Yeah. I like it. I'm happy with that.
Because this next tier is like it's Travion, or do you want to go 2 receivers? Like we can go Chase, Henry, Itchin, and we can go double receivers, and then we're still 0-2-3-0, and we're in a great spot.
Yeah. No, round 3 Saints RB1 feels very, very safe. I want to bet on Kellen Moore's running back. I think that's a system I'm willing to buy into. Their offensive line's been getting better. I love their schedule and like just the money they commit to Travis Achane. It's so weird to say it, but I'm trying to get used to it. Give it the Cajun. But he feels like a very reliable pick in this range because he can also drop like 35. He can 100%. Go nuclear.
Yeah. Question for you: Are you entering Pete's thing?
I don't think I am.
Why not? Get in there. Get in there. All the guys, everyone's doing it.
I don't think I'm gonna think about it a little more, but from just a gut feeling, I don't think I will.
That's fair.
The last month I've been having guests on the channel and going on other people's channel, and like just the overall like vibe of like my mentality, like I'm trying to have more of a community and bring other people together and have like a space like that. And then I feel like the nature of the reality show contest is like, let's pit you all against each other. You know what I mean? Like, you know, in that essence, I'm not super high on that. But then there's also just like, I've worked in Hollywood long enough to be really afraid of any reality show. Like any reality show.
I was just watching the entries come in. If I get chosen to be in it, that'd be awesome. But like, it seems, I don't know what. I think some of these old guys have some resentment toward the younger guys. So I'm wondering if, you know, maybe me and like, again, if I make it, like some of the other younger guys start, you know, pitting up against the fathers and the 40-year-olds. I don't know. I feel like we might have to, you know, like I think you had the other dude in the chat. I forget his name. Jake. He was in the chat earlier. What's his? Maxwell Adam. He's in the chat from earlier. He's the guy who put it in the video of him running on the track. He's from Maine. He's like 21. Dude, me and that guy need to fucking group up. Make sure these old guys don't fucking push us around just because they think they've been in this game for a while. All right. I don't know. Yeah, that guy.
I see him.
I've been thinking about it. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to make it. Hopefully I do. Hopefully I've done enough, but we'll see.
I saw your entry. I love that you kept it concise. You hit the time limit in a proper way. You didn't go over the buzzer by like, I saw some that were like over 2 minutes. I was like, did you read the rules?
Yeah.
But
I'm for you. No way. Schneid's in the chat. There's a 0% chance Schneid does that shit. There's a 0% chance. Schneid would never. That is not Schneid's alley. I would like, Schneid, I would pay for you to go on that show because I would love to watch you just like get matched up against somebody. And I don't know, maybe you guys like, all right, argue this player. You know, you guys are arguing like fucking like who's someone that Schneid hates this year? I don't know. I think I don't even know who he hates. Like last year is like Genty in the first round. He's like, oh, are you a fucking idiot? Why are you drafting Genty in the first round? You can't even handle a whole workload because he got 900 carries in college. Unreal. But yeah,
I appreciate Schneid's stubbornness.
Make someone cry. Jerry says he's gonna be in there. Shout out Jerry, baby.
Let's go. Yeah. Shout out Jerry. Give him a follow as well if you have not done so. I mean, Travion made it back to us. I wouldn't mind Travion.
If you like Travion, go Travion. I'm fine with it.
I'm happy with that. I think we're going to get a great receiver option in the next round.
I agree.
Whereas running back can and probably does fall off a massive cliff once Travion's off.
By the way, speaking of Jiri, nobody's got more shock value in their fucking thumbnails than Jiri does, dude. Every time I see him post a fucking video, there was one I brought up on stream. It was so fucking crazy. I gotta find it.
Was it the Waddle one?
I think it might have been
the Waddle you do in Step Bro.
Waddle you doing Step Bro was the craziest thumbnail I've ever fucking seen in my life, dude. I saw that. I got brought it up on stream. I was like, what the fuck? And I love how he he literally just takes that picture of him in the Lions uniform, and like I want to see his Chat GPT prompts because he just tells him to do something different every time. All right, let's go. I'm following Lamar here.
We just took Lamar. I kind of
No,
want to get different.
okay, let's go Rome then. If we're going receiver, let's go Rome.
I'm chilling with that. Just because the last team had Lamar.
No,
I'm
that's
happy
fair.
to.
That's fair, 100%.
We went super anti running back top 5 rounds. Now we got 3. We're in a very different space. I like our pivot with the second one.
Yeah.
But I think Lamar is just always kind of the correct decision in the 5th. Like, especially when you're at pick 1 or 2, like you can really get boxed out if you don't have the right names. Like, it's easy to stack up Evans with Purdy or Waddle with Bo Nix, and sometimes even Dak I've seen fall back, but like you can get screwed where you just never get the right stacking option at the turn there. But I fucking hate making thumbnails. I fully relate to you off the shot. I try to put as least effort into it as I can, but I've realized there's definitely it pays dividends when you do put some effort into it.
Trust me, really, we can tell by your thumbnails. We know you fucking hate making them just by the way they look. We can tell.
This tracks. This tracks. But did you see the thumbnail? I was on Jiri's channel last week. Did you see the thumbnail he gave me?
I probably did, but I don't.
He put me in an orange cat costume. We're both in
cat I did see that shit. That was the shit I'm talking about. I remember seeing that. And then he put fucking Michael Vick on the goddamn thumbnail. That's what I'm saying, bro. This Jiri's out of control. Someone needs to stop him. He's out of control.
If it didn't make me laugh so much, I probably would have asked him to change it. But it was comedy gold. I was entertained enough, but I don't use AI in my thumbnails. I feel like that's a badge of honor. I do all mine from scratch.
Neither do I. Yeah, see, I have a template, and all I do is change the player and I change the color, and that's all I pretty much do. And like if you look back on some of like my old thumbnails, like some of them are really fucking. Like the old templates I used to use were so fucking bad. How they were so sick at the time because I never made thumbnails before. But I feel like the simpler the better is kind of feel like what I've kind of learned. Whatever looks like, you just want it to look clean, whatever. Maybe I should have my face on it. I don't really want to. So yeah, I'll make like 10 thumbnails at a time. I'll change the color. I'll change the player. I'll download them and then I'll kind of upload them and make another batch. So I don't know. Kind of usually make mine in batch unless something breaking news happens. Then I'll make something specifically, or if I have a guest on, obviously as well. But yeah, thumbnails are is finding the. Dude, your thumbnails are awful. They're fucking. It's like maybe you changed them. I don't know. I wouldn't know. I don't watch your stream anymore. But I'm just playing. I'm kidding. That yellow one with that Underdog yellow one that you used for like 10 years. You still use it. You did it.
He used that one when he had me on. I was like, all right.
Yeah, exactly. Because he's got when he has a guest on, he's got nothing else to do. He's like, oh fuck, I don't know what I'm to do for this.
But it's also like to spend more than 10 minutes on it feels like you're also wasting time.
Crossface wants a second hit, by the way.
I think that's fair. I left him hanging. I'll make this next pick. We'll make these next 2 picks, 70 and 75.
Let's make our next pick sober, then you can get high.
Sure. Also, I found out on your stream when I asked you yesterday, you don't even smoke weed at all. I was like, I'm not gonna bury this guy in smoke for the first hour.
No, that's fine. No, trust me. I grew up. Oh my god, I would love this.
I know what you want.
Oh, Chase, go Chase. Oh no, sorry, Burrow. Burrow with Chase is what I meant to say. Burrow.
The Chase stack for sure.
Yeah, Chase stack. No, I had my college house. It was six dudes in there, and 3 of them smoked a ton, and one of our roommates absolutely. I was kind of indifferent on it, whatever. I didn't really care, but one of our fucking roommates he could not stand the smell of marijuana. He could not stand it, and he like asked them to stop one time, and they're like, no. They're like, it's 3-1, buddy. Like you're gonna have to fucking live with it. Like, so now he just got engaged, and he invited any of us to his wedding. Is it Caleb here?
I mean, for the sake of the stack, I think
it's a pretty rare pairing too. Like Caleb never falls as far either. I think it's Caleb for sure here, and they're both stacked. That's got to be a pretty unique pairing where it's Caleb, Rome, Burrow, Chase on this side of the board.
I'm happy with that. I don't know if it's impossible to get. I've seen Caleb in the 7th a little bit more now, but like,
yeah,
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 no,
but with the
I think it's the
Burrow
move
chase
for sure.
thing though, I think is the fun part about that. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I like.
No,
Yeah.
this deserves a rip for sure. 100%.
Yeah, yeah. Fuck yes. Let's go. Let's go. No, I used to use
My
gummies for a long time, for a while. I was a big
okay.
gummy guy. But other than that,
Gummies are good, but it frustrates me to not be high instantly. That's my
okay,
problem.
yeah,
Like I have the craving right now, and now I got to wait 45 more minutes. I'm gonna end up eating more while I'm waiting, and the
yeah,
next thing I know, 4 hours later, I'm gonna still be like way too
yeah,
fucking high, and I got to go somewhere. And it's like I can't drive. Like I'm just
yeah. They help
I
me
can
sleep.
sentiment it.
They help me sleep. I was like um I had trouble sleeping for a while, and they really like knocked me the fuck out. But then you build up a tolerance, and you gotta take more. I was like, fuck, I gotta take 2 of these things instead of a half. So I was like, whatever. But then I just kind of left it all behind. Honestly, you know what it was? It's kind of crazy. I feel like I used to have I had an ex-girlfriend. She's now ex-girlfriend. Used to have a girlfriend, and we lived together. But dude, sleeping with someone in the same bed, I sleep like a fucking baby now when I sleep by myself. Sleeping with somebody though is not ideal for sleep. Like even if you're like I'm just like not even like on that type of thing. I'm saying like in general, like when I can just alone in my bed, I sleep so much better. It's amazing. I love it.
Well, there's always the factor of cuddling where it's like, okay, what am I doing with my arms and like a comfortable way for both of us? There's
Oh,
always
100%.
the arm position that becomes a factor.
I have,
But
I have a body pillow that I just straddle the fuck out of every night. Like literally, it's amazing. I don't know. I could not sleep without a body pillow. I'll tell you that.
it's hard to beat sleeping in a bed alone. But then if you do have a girlfriend, a wife, you don't want to be the couple that sleeps in separate beds. Like,
Oh no, yeah, that would, yeah.
My aunt and uncle, I don't give a shit if they hear this because they're like some of the most bitter people I know. Fucking hate everyone. They go to church every Sunday, give themselves the excuse to be like holier than thou, but like the most bitter fucking people ever. And they've hated each other for like decades. They don't sleep in, they sleep in separate beds. They got like their own different rooms basically. And it's like, okay, you're only like married in like name only, just like to preserve the image.
Yeah, it's
but
got
like,
roommates.
Yeah. Get a pet, get a divorce.
Yeah.
Live your life.
Works, yeah.
But no, it's you get those extra endorphins apparently when you sleep next to someone. Like there's something like in your brain chemistry that like triggers like dopamine.
I don't doubt it.
But we're coming back on the clock. We got those 3 RBs.
I know.
You do like Algier though.
I want to go. He fell too, which is great.
He
The receiver show, I'm not. If we go Algier, we go 5 RBs.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Let's do it. We go 5 RBs. We'll get a receiver here on this turn. If we can get like Pittman, that'd be good.
I think any of the top 4 available right now, if they make it back, are great. Like as long as all 4 of these picks aren't receivers, I'm happy with whatever name.
Yeah.
But Romeo Dobbs goes. I think that team has May. Yeah, that made sense.
Yeah. God, you ever I don't know if this ever happens to you. You ever like just like get a certain artist stuck in your head? I've been singing Ella Langley all fucking day and I cannot stop. I love
Thankfully, it hasn't happened to me in a minute. Unless I'm driving, I usually don't listen to a ton of music.
That's fair.
And I think maybe like with driving and like always seeing like different views and stuff, it doesn't get stuck in my head as often. But last thing to get stuck in my head was probably like I love Wandale or Pittman here. I prefer Wandale, but I have a ton of him.
I prefer Pittman, but it's up. If you want to go Wandale, let's go Wandale. We can get a little Cam Ward late too. Rogers late too. Let's go Pittman. I think I'm telling you, especially if you have a ton of Wandale, let's get you a little Pittman.
Let's do it.
I think everyone just like you watch the Steelers for like the last like 5 years, and all you think of is ass receiving game, ass passing game, bottom offense, just ass all over the place. But I think McCarthy's going to change this thing around, man. Like he throws the ball. He's never had like a bad offense. Like this dude, even when he had like that one year, he had Matt Flynn throwing around the fucking yard. That dude got paid like a gazillion dollars to the Seahawks because I don't know, like McCarthy gets shit on a lot, But like, look what he did. He won a Super Bowl with the Packers. He was, constantly like, yeah, he had some playoff struggles, late there with Rodgers, but like they were still like 1 seeds consistently. Goes to Dallas, like they were number 1 in the league in scoring, and now he's back with Rodgers, assumingly. And it's like they got some weapons. They got DK, they got this fine running game. O-line's good. You got Pittman. Like, I think they're gonna be fine. Like, this offense could be like 15th best in the NFL, and I think Pittman's a great pick. He's the wide receiver 2, and he's a good receiver at the end of the day. Like, big body, like does some of this like the over the middle of the field stuff, like kind of like a game like a Lazard, more than like DK and Lazard don't really play the same, but like like a Driver or a Jennings. Pittman's closer to, I think, that kind of archetype than a DK is, where DK is more of like a just kind of just a big play home run threat, more or less. Kind of, he's more like a Driver or something like that. But yeah.
I also think it's pretty compelling to argue that like Pittman's getting into a better situation. Like, he's always had the toughest coverage in the Colts system. That's not going to be the case alongside Metcalf, but Metcalf isn't good enough to really like overshadow him like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Tyler Lockett thrived alongside DK Metcalf for years. And I've historically kind of faded Metcalf a little bit. I'm not convinced that Pittman is going to be worse than Metcalf. So if I'm drafting one of the Steelers receivers, I do think I want to be targeting Pittman a little bit more. But I took so much Rodgers, I got a little worried about it. And so like, that's where I was like, I'll take Rico, but I'm kind of trying not to take too many Steelers other than like Freiermuth, who's just so fucking cheap. However, I keep kind of harping back to this. And this really has nothing to do with anything, but the announcer is going to be like the Pitt man in Pittsburgh. And I feel like there's just going to be some like fan momentum about just that city correlation.
100%. 100%. There definitely could be.
But he's also getting paid like over 20 million. Like, you don't do that if you don't have a plan to use this man. So for the sake of just fading Metcalf, that sounds good too. Pick 99, Michael Pittman feels very safe. That whole receiver tier, like from, in my opinion, Alec Pierce, like Marvin Harrison in round 6, all the way through Michael Pittman, Wan'Dale Robinson. You can maybe even throw in Jaden Reed into that category, round 9. They all feel like only touchdowns is going to decide who scores the most. But Gadsden fell here. You wanted to stop at 5. I wouldn't hate taking Gainwell and calling it a day.
I'm fine with that. Let's do it. Gainwell's fine. You like Gainwell? You're a Gainwell guy, I'm guessing?
I do. As Bucky falls, I'm a little surprised that Gainwell doesn't rise up a little bit more. I'm not a full believer in Sean Tucker. And I've always liked Gainwell from like a talent standpoint. Last year, he really showed that he could deliver. So I think he's better than Rashad from a talent standpoint. And I just don't see Bucky being like a 65% snap share plus guy. Like, if anything, Bucky might just revert back to like 55, 45% between the two of them. I think it's going to be close to a 1A, 1B. I like Gainwell the most in that backfield. So I'm chilling. Gadsden's still there. I like Golden.
You're in on Golden? I'm not in on Golden, but I'm down to go Golden here.
I like McMillan a lot as well. You want McMillan?
Go McMillan, yeah.
He feels like a safer bet. I like the Bucks passing game a lot, and I like his chemistry with Baker a ton.
Yeah.
Golden is either like the best pick on the board or going to confirm that he's a bust. But I think there's a little too much momentum in the draft capital and like in the building for them to give up on him. And like, I just looked back to Devontae Adams. Adams had a trash rookie season and then turned into Adams. Yeah. Are the Packers really going to let this first round wide receiver go to waste?
They just drafted him to make a point, but like, hey, this is why we don't draft first round wide receivers.
Well, that's risking, some equity in the building. Like last year, the fan base wasn't too happy with LaFleur, and who knows? Like if Golden is such a trash pick, then maybe Gutekunst could feel the pressure too. I think they have to make it work with Golden.
Yeah, I agree. And he'll have his opportunity, right? It's like, if he can be better than Reed, he's probably the wide receiver 2. Could he be the wide receiver 1? I mean, he's a first round talent, so he definitely could be could be a wide receiver 1 as well. So we'll see with Golden. I like the profile coming out. Maybe it's just, one of those rookie year things. I do tend to, believe in the profile, but God, he just did not get on the field as much as I, kind of wanted him to. So
he had so many drops, like just such close calls, like a few overthrows, but like drops that were like just off his fingertips.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I'm like, either he can get it together, it's just a timing issue, or he's just bound to always be dropping the ball on those big shots. Like, but I also kind of feel like Watson carries so much injury risk. He's not the most safe round 5 click. And that's where, like, if I'm not going to take him, the argument is just like, well, that value is going to be to a later drafted Packer. So I love Kraft. I think Reed is a good value, but I think Golden might have the highest upside. At least Dobbs left, so there's opportunity.
Yeah.
But I also like McMillan a lot. When it comes to the Buccaneers, do you feel like Baker is like a huge value? Because I do.
I like Baker. Yeah, he's a contract year for him too, where it's like, you know, he's it could be good for him if he played well as well. He's kind of been a weird like couple years here where it's like he's been good. He's been like he's kind of like he really came on the scene. Kind of hasn't played. He's switching OCs left and right though. So he's got my boy Zach Robinson now over there for OC for Tampa Bay. So we'll see. I wonder if they have him in the pistol as much as they had fucking Penix in that bitch. We'll see.
I think that's going to help them. Baker really excelled in the McVay system.
I think it's likely here. Pretty clearly likely, my opinion.
I'm down for that. We don't have a tight end yet. It's going to start to fly off the board. So true elite upside. I'm chilling with that.
Walls Harbaugh. I watched it, like his Super Bowl interview that he gave with John Gruden, and he was like, "I'm going somewhere." Like this is when he's still a free agent. He was like, "I'm gonna go somewhere where I'm gonna play." Like, and Gruden was even like, "Oh, would you be interested in like following Monk into the Browns?" And he's like, "They got Fannin over there." Like he kind of, in layman's terms, like, "I'm good." Where now he goes, follows his coach, that whole thing. It's like he's going to be the fucking like he's going to be the guy in terms of receiving. It's like the target competition there also not bad either.
Again, we got Darnold at a huge value, but we need receiver.
Then we go Shaheed. See if he falls again. Falls another turn.
I'd be shocked if he made it back.
Well, this is the guy that went JSN. So we didn't. If Nick is watching this right now, sorry, we didn't return the favor. We did the exact same thing that we did. Oh, it goes Jawan.
That's kind of shocking. I thought he would address his running back weakness. He only has Monty and Warren.
He's got Lamar and Hurts though, so maybe not.
Yeah, I get why you passed on Darnold there, but we only need like tight end and receiver the rest of the way. If we get a great value at quarterback, it's fine. So I think we made the right choice structurally, though, taking Shaheed.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you feel confident in the Seahawks' ability to win that division again, or do you think they might fall off without Kubiak?
I think they fall off. I don't think they fall off without Kubiak, but I think it's a struggle for them. I mean, look at the Eagles, like Super Bowl year, same fucking team. Granted, they had some O-line injuries, but like same team, and then their OC leaves, and they want, you know, they're like threatening the other guy outside his goddamn house. Like, granted, that's just by Philly, but I don't know, man. I think Kubiak matters. I think play calling matters. Coaching probably doesn't matter any more than in any other sport than it does in like football. And I'm such a dude. I fucking love the Niners. I don't know I love Shanahan. I love Brock Purdy. He's like my favorite quarterback in the league. Not named any Falcons guy. I probably like Brock Purdy more than I like Kyler Murray. But yeah, Brock Purdy's the man. And then I just really like that team. So like defense can be better this year. I feel like, you know, if they just don't get absolutely riddled with injuries, I think the Niners are the team to beat in that division, that stacked ass fucking division. So
if they don't get hurt, they're elite and they are Super Bowl bound. But like I feel like they doubled down on injury trends in free agency so far. Like I don't think Evans is gonna be able to maintain a 15 game pace, let alone 17. I worry about their injury concerns. Like I think they can't afford to let Mac Jones go.
Mm-hmm. I would tend to agree too.
That was the only reason they were in contention at all, like just staying afloat. That and the loss of Robert Saleh, I do think is a problem. Their defensive personnel, other than Bosa, I think could be like really exploited without a premier defensive coordinator. So I think the loss of Saleh is a problem for them. I didn't actually pick them to make the playoffs last year. I thought they'd go 9-8 and miss, but they even won a playoff game, so they proved me wrong. And coaching, I think, was really like the testament of last season.
I had a lot of money on them in that playoff game. Ton of money on the Niners.
Against the Eagles?
Yeah, I knew they were going to beat the fucking – I knew it. I knew they were going to – the Eagles were so destined to lose in the first round. There wasn't a world where they weren't going to lose in the first round.
I didn't have a great playoff win-loss pick record, but that was one of the ones I did get right. Thankfully, at least I saw that coming. My Chargers fucking killed me, man. Dude, that was such a painful loss to watch.
Yeah, I'm sure.
The AFC is so up for grabs. Like that's really what I took from.
Oh, 100%, dude. All the best teams in the NFC. AFC this year, it felt like Bengals down, Burrow hurt, Mahomes hurt, Allen, God, but no team around him. Just no one around him. Like Josh Allen just win the MVP every year. He is like, God, what he does for that team is unbelievable. How he hasn't gotten hurt. Like, he's a big guy, but like, I don't know. It's crazy.
We are on the clock.
I'm Naylor here personally. I fucking love Jalen Naylor, not Josh Naylor.
I'm willing to do that. I worry about our tight end selections. I also love Christian Kirk, but I'll take Naylor over him.
Let's go Naylor, and then we'll probably get one of these tight ends. I think here we can go either Hawk.
If Mendoza makes it to 171, are you interested?
I think we're fine at QB. I think I'd rather have the tight end at this point because, like I said, we can just get Kirk in round 19. You know,
right?
Anyway, so
Mendoza, that team I think had Bowers, so it wasn't going to happen.
Yeah. What is that team? Stroud, Mendoza, and who? Who's the other quarterback?
Drake May.
Okay. I was going to say, Stroud Mendoza is your 2-3. Doesn't feel great, but
pushing it. I'm not Gino. Anyone but Gino. It's either wide receiver or tight end. I would want Kirk if it's a wide receiver.
I'm fine. Ooh, what about tight end? What about? I don't love Schultz.
Me neither.
Schultz or Hawk, Barner or Hawk probably for me.
I'm willing to push it and go for the 4.
Let's go Kirk then. Let's go Kirk.
I think Kirk is one of the best values this late. I also love Trey Harris, but that might just be my Chargers bias. But I think Kirk is one of the safest.
I'm always
wide receiver values this
late. I'm always up for a little Charlie Kirk.
who is it? I think it was I think it was Stephen A. Yeah. And then the first time I heard you say it, I typed in your chat, Erica Kirk, wide receiver 1.
Yeah, man.
Of all spouses to avoid, I think Erica Kirk is like.
Yeah, did you see that Drewski skit? You see that shit?
I didn't watch the skit, but I saw the photographs from it that she's like trying to sue him for. Fuck off.
Is she trying to sue him? That's hilarious.
Yeah, she's trying to sue for some type of damages, but he's like, "This is satire, bitch. This is protected."
Oh, it's so funny. I think that's hilarious. Yeah. I mean, props to him for like pushing the envelope. I think, I like if I were him, I'd be rolling a little extra security. Some nut job out there could see him on the street and fucking, do some crazy shit. So props to him for, really, really commit. No one has ever committed to the bid as hard as Drewski.
It's like white chicks. Like anytime you'll see that, really it's excused. It gets a pass. It's just so ridiculous. You got to appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay, we got 5 clicks left. I think 3 of them have to be tight ends. I think this is a 4 tight end team.
Oh, okay. Let's see what we got.
And I'm willing to take
2, 5, maybe 3, but as of right now, 2, 5, 8, 4. Is the math right on there?
I think that'd be fine. Our receiver room has Jamar Chase, Rome Odunze, Pittman, Jalen McMillan, Shaheed Naylor, and Christian Kirk.
Mm-hmm.
I could give it an 8th for sure. We get 3 tight ends, and then we were willing to stop at 5 if we got a good price at running back on Bigsby here. Maybe I would have argued for it, but we don't get it. If we get Rodgers, I'm fine with Rodgers.
Okay. Alrighty.
But I'm not going to force it either.
I like Hawk here. Hawk's pretty fun. I know you don't like Taylor, but I think he's fine down here. Is it just I could see the Jets being better than like worst offense in the league. I truly could. They have
That's
two franchises. They have two like franchise tackles. I get in terms of like top 10 tackles they picked. Gino, I think, is serviceable behind it. Probably, I think the Jets have a serviceable line. The Raiders had the worst line in the league, and he looked awful. He's got some weapons. I think they take a receiver in the first round. I could see like Taylor having like 7, 8 touchdowns where he's like, he's fine where he goes down here, but I'm not. I just like him more. I like him considerably more than some of the other guys that go below him. I like Hawk here.
I like Hawk as well.
26 after.
He got the restructured contract. The target share should be good. We know Kyler at least favors the tight end enough, maybe not in the red zone very much, but I trust the system. And like, as long as he's healthy, I think he should bounce back where he's at least worth this price. Like round 16.
Yeah.
What is he off the board? Tight end 25. Yeah. I'm like, I can't poke a hole in that argument. He also fell. What do we get him? Almost 20 picks past.
Yeah, for sure. All right, here. Let's see what this guy DC boy does. I have a tight end I'm thinking, and it's not Taylor. Guy I like more. I think it's Otten. I think Otten is a pretty good pick right now.
I agree. I like Otten a lot. I could be comfortable taking Rodgers, but I'm realizing he's actually already off the board.
Yeah.
Otten for sure.
Dang.
Yeah, this is a perfectly fine tight end room, especially if we grab a fourth just to like take the swing. Like
that 3 is fine though. Like we have the upside with Likely, and then you got 2 guys who are probably just be running a shit ton of routes who are like live to have like a 660 and 1 stat line, which is totally fine. Like in any given week. How many receivers we got? 5, 7 receivers. I truly think the running backs are fine.
Yeah, our running back room, we have Henry, Travis Etienne, Travion Henderson, Tyler Algier, and Kenneth Gainwell.
Pretty good room. We get maybe we go with 6 depending who's there, but this could honestly end up being a 3-6-8-3-2, maybe. Otherwise, it's maybe a 3-5-9. I truly feel fine with the 3 tight ends. I think we go like 3-5-9, 3, if anything, maybe. But we'll see.
I'm happy to just take the values and not be like locked into any.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but if it winds up being 3-6-8-3, that'd be funny. Ultimate average cover your bases build. So in the spirit of the Vikings, we took Hawkinson. If we didn't have to factor in like earlier in this contest when Kyler was much cheaper, where would you be willing to really take him?
Kyler or Hawkinson?
Because it seems like you're Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
It seems like you're one of the highest on Kyler's in the business.
Yeah, I would take Kyler. Scroll up. I'll give you exactly where I take Kyler.
Kyler went 85 in this one.
He went 85. I would take Kyler probably right where he kind of like right in that area right there. Herbert, Purdy, Dart, Bo, perfect area for him to be going in. So I probably wouldn't do the Hurts, Caleb, Dak thing. Maybe, yeah. He'd go somewhere in that like he's mid 7th to early 8th for me. Like that's where I think I might take him over Lawrence, honestly.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see this year be terrible for Jalen Hurts, honestly. It's possible.
Dude, it's got a disaster written all over it. We kind of saw it with Tua, where it's like, God, this season feels like it has disaster written all over it for Tua, and there's a disaster for Tua. It feels like it could be like that for Hurts. Granted, Hurts has accomplished a lot more than Tua has, but I don't know. The vibes out of Philly are not good for Jalen Hurts. Not good at all.
And if they trade AJ Brown, like the mismatch that covers so many flaws is removed. Like there's no one they can get back for AJ Brown that really fits that bill. Like I think Hurts is dramatically.
Is Hurts likes throwing down the field. He famously called 4 verts 2 times in a row because it's the only thing he feels comfortable throwing. Where it's like he doesn't want to attack the middle of the field. He wants to attack the boundary sideline stuff. And it's like Smith is great, but he actually kind of is better like doing some of the middle of the field stuff. I think I just haven't been able to tap into that as much. But like AJ is like he's your down the field guy. That's where like Hurts is looking toward most of the time. It feels like at least. And I think defenses did a better job to take that away this year. I think he saw the most zone of any other quarterback in the league, like just kind of because he's not as good against zone.
If we want that other quarterback, I mean, we didn't get Cousins last time. We took Penix last time. Do you want to do that?
Let's go. Let's go, Kirko. Let's go, Kirkio. Kirkio Schmirkio.
Vamanos. I have a decent amount of Kirk Cousins, to be honest with you.
So
like already, I thought he was going to be the Colts starter, man. I thought he was going to be Colts week 1. Let Daniel Jones take some time. Cousins signs for.
I thought he was going to Minnesota. I thought for sure he was going to go to Minnesota.
That was like worst case scenario for me. I did not envision the Raiders at all. I missed big time on that. But at least I think him going there could be a complete zero, but it at least makes all of those receiving weapons and even Genty that much more of a safer bet, because I feel like the offense just has such a higher floor with him as the backup.
I think we're 2 more receivers personally.
I don't have much Franklin. I wouldn't hate it, but
Franklin, that's fine.
Is there anyone else you really like though? I'm not in love with him.
I like Hurst and Bell and Williams, but like I'm fine with Franklin too. He's kind of a nice value down here.
One of those Broncos is going to be a really good value, and I trend towards Bryant a lot more, but I have so little Franklin. I'm starting to get worried that I faded him too much.
Yeah, I think it's definitely. Let me see our receivers again, because we
have Jamar, Rome, Pittman, McMillan, Shaheed, Naylor, Kirk, and Franklin.
It feels like we have Chase, Adunze, and Pittman, and can one of these other guys get 100 yards like in a given week? Honestly,
I think the Kirk value is awesome. Like legitimately, if he's your wide receiver 5, I think that's more of like what he can contribute. So to have him at 7 is just like
okay.
I feel like we're in great shape. Shaheed and his spike week potential is elite. Love McMillan's downfield threat, touchdown chemistry. Like
I like that we have Chase as our like number 1 guy, where it's like, you know, if we had the same room, but it was like Ted Arroyo, it definitely doesn't feel anywhere as good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. I don't think we need a running back, but like, is there one that you mix in that goes undrafted? Basically,
I'll mix in some Randall. I'll mix in some McGowan if I really hate myself. I'll mix in some.
You mentioned
Ray Day. I don't mind ETN. I actually think he's like a fun, like he's a good scroll the F down. He's got a way better path than a lot of these other guys do.
Do you ever mix in Taj Brooks?
I loved Taj Brooks last year, but I have not been mixing in Taj Brooks. No.
Yeah, it feels like they're more likely to draft someone like in the 5th or 6th round than give him the reins.
We got a receiver here. Are some of those rookies still there?
Yeah, there's Antonio. We took Ted Hurst last time, so maybe not this time. We've got Jacoby Lane. I think BBG likes him, but I've actually taken him like 6% of the time. I don't hate him, but I was taking him a lot more at the beginning in February when I didn't know much about him. I mix in Bryce Lance. I don't think Yoshivas is a bad click on this team.
Yeah.
I never take
they draft somebody. They feel so allowed to draft somebody. They're gonna run it back with the same receiving core for like 3 years in a row.
I think they will. I think they're just gonna draft a tight end, and that's where I was willing to mix in a Max Clare or Michael Trigg potentially. Yeah. But there's also Gesicki, I guess, that could stack up. But we like our tight ends.
Yeah, I think our tight end room is good. We got some callers on there. I think it looks great.
So, do you want to go running back here, or?
I think I'm still firmly receiver. Honestly,
all right.
I think the 9th is going to be good on this team. It's one of those.
I like Jalen Knoll quite a bit as well.
Knoll's fine. I liked him coming out a lot. I don't think Dotson's a bad shout. Honestly, I think he's sneaky. Like,
do you ever take
two? Zacchaeus? I take Dotson before I take Zacchaeus. Zacchaeus got no money. At least Dotson got some money.
That's fair. What name did you say right before Zacchaeus?
Just Dotson, honestly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you ever mix in Cup? I'm taking Torrey Horton over Cup at this point.
I never take Cup ever.
Especially with Shaheed, I'm not going to take Cup.
Especially with Jake Bobo on the team. Or is Bobo off the team? Is he on somewhere else now?
He might still be there.
Yeah. What do you got?
Yeah, he's still there.
Can't draft Cup with Bobo walking around. Good job.
I kind of feel like I'm sleeping on Matt Collins a little bit, actually.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just a tiny bit. I never
If you
take.
wanted to go Jacoby, I could get down with it.
He's just at the top. I think if I could only take one, it might be Yoshi or Taekwon. I think Yoshi and Taekwon speak the most to me.
Let's go Yoshi, then he stacks up. Let's do that.
Yeah, that's the logic.
Do you know where he went to school?
I want to say Illinois.
It's an orange team, so you're on the right track.
Is it Clemson?
Princeton.
Princeton. Yeah,
he was
Clemson.
like he was a decathlete at Princeton, like the fucking like world record decathlete. He was unreal.
He had a pretty solid profile. I remember when he came into the league, I was like, I thought Charlie Jones might actually.
Yeah, Purdue. Charlie Jones was a dog.
But he's only like a punt returner for them. I thought they might use him a little bit more. But
I thought fucking Jermaine Burton was going to be something, and then he
same. Damn, I was way too high on Burton last year. I forgot about that. All right, man. We had a pretty solid team too as well. Which team do you think you like more? Let me know after.
I like this one more. Now the non-zero RB team is the one I like more. Shocker.
We got in early just to scratch that itch, and I think we did phenomenally well with only 5. We got Burrow, Caleb, and Kirk Cousins as our 3 quarterbacks. We stopped at 5 RBs with Derrick Henry, Travis Etienne Jr., Travion Henderson, Tyler Algier, and Kenneth Gainwell. Honestly, I love this build, man. This feels awesome.
Yeah.
Wide receiver as Jamar Chase, Rome Odunze, Michael Pittman Jr., Jalen McMillan, Rashid Shaheed, Naylor, Christian Kirk, Troy Franklin, and Andre Yoshivas. I could see a few of those not contributing at all, but I also see plenty of them contributing well enough where like Chase just carries us and it doesn't matter. Tight end, we went risky, but like the upside and floor of combined, I think we were great stopping at 3. Isaiah Likely, TJ Hawkinson, and Kate Otten. Awesome value on Hawkinson too. Yeah, man. Love this team. We got the Burrow double stack, the Caleb and Rome pairing. We're in good shape.
It looks good. I like this team a lot.
Sweet, man. I appreciate you hopping on. Do you have any final thoughts? Any questions for me before we go? I know you're doing. Someone had a question for you. Daniel was asking. We got the Toxic Tower stream still tonight.
Yeah. It's a members only tower stream tonight. We're doing a bigger board with Kennedy. She won our March Madness bracket, and somebody else decided to pay for a bigger board just for fun. So we're gonna do a bigger board on behalf of Cullen. Shout out Cullen. But yeah, that's at 7 to about 45 minutes here, 7:30 p.m. Central. We'll be ripping that, and it's gonna be a great time. And the regular tower, non-members only, the one you all know and love, will be on Thursday. So members only tonight, public one on Thursday. So that's kind of the plan of attack.
Awesome, man. I will try to hop in when I can, and definitely hop into your streams on the daily. We checked the box today.
Yes, sir.
But, tomorrow, I'm sure you'll be back on live on your
stream. Definitely will be. Yeah, tomorrow we'll be live. PPR Tyler, YouTube, Twitter. You know where to find me.
And my final question for you: I know you switched.
Yeah, this.
But you used to have the arrow.
Yeah. So the arrow was like my 3-point celebration in high school. I fucking loved the arrow. But now I'm on this Bones Highland kick. He plays with the Wolves, and that's his 3-point celly. Is this?
Okay.
They call it the Bone Zone. I think it's what they call it. So it's great. I love Bones Highland. So been doing that. Maybe I'll go back to the arrow. I do love the arrow though. The arrow's sick.
Maybe not exclusive. Maybe, just on a rotation.
Yeah.
Well, keep them. Don't let them know your next move, my man. Keep grinding. Appreciate you coming on, and I'm happy to return the favor anytime you'd like.
100%.
And wish you luck in everything you're doing. Looking forward to our next stream. I'll definitely want to have you back after the draft as well. Well, I'm sure we'll be in touch.
100%. We'll see you.
Awesome. Thank you. Peace out. And before we go, Leia says hello.
There we go.
All right. Peace out. Bye-bye.